If you could predict whether you'll be rich someday based on your looks, your height, or your hair color, then would you want to know the future? I would be interested. Studies say that attractive people are more likely to have a higher salary than unattractive people. Taller people make more income than people a few inches shorter than them. Those kinds of statistics are interesting, but not an accurate way to predict how wealthy you will be one day. I think a person's character can tell you how likely they are to become wealthy. People who are more hard-working, dedicated, and open-minded have what it takes to be highly successful. There are 3 other ways to determine your chances of success. If you show these 3 signs, then there is a strong chance you'll be rich one day. If you could predict whether you'll be rich someday based on your looks, your height, or your hair color, then would you want to know the future? I would be interested. Studies say that attractive people are more likely to have a higher salary than unattractive people. Taller people make more income than people a few inches shorter than them. Those kinds of statistics are interesting, but not an accurate way to predict how wealthy you will be one day. I think a person's character can tell you how likely they are to become wealthy. People who are more hard-working, dedicated, and open-minded have what it takes to be highly successful. There are 3 other ways to determine your chances of success. If you show these 3 signs, then there is a strong chance you'll be rich one day. Sign 1. You have an entrepreneurial spirit at a young age. The first sign that you'll become rich one day is you'll have the mindset and attitude for doing business starting from a young age. Ways to make money. Entrepreneur and professional sports team owner Mark Cuban sold garbage bags door to door when he was 12 years old so he could buy shoes. Warren Buffett sold packs of gum to neighbors at the age of 6 and made his first stock investment at the age of 11. I've always been looking for ways to make money, even as a kid. I liked the game of making money. At Chinese New Year during my childhood, I got lucky money from aunts and uncles. In the Chinese culture, children who say "Gong Hei Fat Choi" to their elders at New Year's get money in red packets. I always collected lucky money because my aunts and uncles were generous. I would get a couple thousand US. Most of my cousins would say a couple words and get a coin. I wanted more than a coin, so I would memorize long poems that had lucky sayings. Because I would memorize about 30 of them, uncles and aunts thought I was really smart and I got a lot of money. I could easily make $5,000 when I was 10 years old just by reciting these poems for lucky money. I never worried about buying candies, toys and junk food as a young kid. With my lucky money, I was generous and treated my friends and classmates because I always had money to buy candies and junk food. Make money with money. Back in those days, I already knew how to invest my lucky money to make more money. You see, Chinese love to gamble. At the age of 11, I invited my cousins over and would only play if I was the house. I knew the longer they stayed at my home, the higher the chances they would lose their money. So I had candies and games there to keep them entertained. Then, after my cousins had spent their money, I could make $10,000. I used the money to buy toys for my cousins and get them the best stuff. I treated them to McDonald's. It was like having a business. I made the money, and then spent it on them. 2. You have a sense of urgency. High achievers are impatient. They have a sense of urgency and see patience as a character flaw. For them, life is short. You can't procrastinate. You have to make it happen. If you see a wall, you need to go around it, under it, through it. Whatever it takes to eliminate obstacles. When I was young, my goal was to take care of my mom. I wasn't thinking about getting a college degree or having a career. We needed money to put food on the table, and I wasn't going to wait around for our lives to get better. I started cutting lawns to make money, and after that, had a small business. When I had no money, and even when I had money, I had that sense of urgency. I didn't like it when others operated at a slower level. When I had an idea, I executed it right away, and when I built my own organization, I had a team that implemented right away. 3. You are goal-oriented. Rich people know what they want. They are very focused. They decide on their goals and a plan, and they don't allow themselves to be distracted. You'll go broke if you don't have a plan. I have students who hate the 9-to-5 job and wish they could change what they do. But if you have a job and you work for someone else, you'll be making someone else rich. They won't want you to change your situation. Only you can. High achievers can communicate their vision with their team, their partners, vendors and lenders. They have a mission that they want to share with others, and they will work to achieve their goal. That's why high achievers will become rich. Final thoughts on 3 signs you'll become rich one day. It doesn't matter what age you are. You could be a kid right now. Or a millennial. You may even be married with kids. If you have an entrepreneurial spirit and a sense of urgency, and you are very goal-oriented, you could become rich one day. Constantly invest in yourself and improve yourself and stay focused on your goal.